Hi, thanks for coming in today. I'm Katelyn. What's your name?
Emily.
Awesome. Okay, hey Emily, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
You think it'll rain today, or?
It's pretty wet out there. It has started raining.
I know, I didn't expect it to come out of nowhere, but.
Sure did.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get started here. Firstly, I just want to let you know, you might have heard this before if you've come to a session of ours or a session in another counseling facility. We're all about confidentiality and privacy here. So whatever you tell me, this is a personal relationship we have, and it'll be just between us two. I will not go outside of this room and tell, anyone I know or anyone else. The only potential breach of that is just if you are having suicidal thoughts or thoughts of harming yourself or others, that will need to be brought up to some superiors of mine, just to keep you safe, because that's our priority here. Can I and I'm here to help you reach your goals. So maybe what we'll work out in our sessions, some goals you might want to reach. I'm here to help you as a tool to help you feel more comfortable and to assure you that your goals can be reached.
Okay.
And I hope that, if you feel comfortable enough with me, I'd love you to share, perhaps why you came in today, if you don't mind.
I have a lot going on in my life right now. It's kind of stressful. I have school. I'm also the PTO president at my son's school. I'm married. I have a son. And, being a full-time student along with PTO president and a wife and trying to kind of control all those hats, it gets very stressful and trying to do everything. And I just feel like, one person's pulling me one way and another person's pulling me another. And, I don't know where to kind of feel like I'm going to go crazy.
Sure, and you're certainly not alone in feeling being pulled in different directions, because especially in today's busy and hectic world, we always feel like we do have obligations to several different people. At school you're a student, at home you're a wife and a mother, if at your son's school you're a leader. So you feel like you have to, like you said in your words, that you have to put on a lot of different hats, and that can get somewhat overwhelming. Did I hear you correctly?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if I'm picking up correctly, do you want to help confront these overwhelming feelings and maybe feel more calm, or do you want to know how to maybe control or find out your priorities?
Yes. I mean, I kind of want to, how do I prioritize what comes first? Because, my family to me is number one, but school is very important. And then being the PTO president is very important as well. It's my last year, and, I don't want to let people down. I think that's one of my, letting people, if I say no, then I'm letting them down. And, my school, I can't tell them no. And I can't say, no, I'm not doing this assignment, because that doesn't work. And if I tell my son no, or if I tell my husband no, or if I tell the school no, then I'm letting people down. So how do I decipher through who do I tell no to and who do I tell yes to?
Right. Okay. So you're interested in finding out just what should be prioritized, and maybe, if you have clashing responsibilities, which one might you have to sit on the back burner?
Right.
Okay. Have there been any techniques that you've tried to ease this stress? Whether it's confiding in someone that you trust, or even simple as engaging in leisure time for yourself. Because during times like this of stress, how do you Emily treat Emily and
right.
Is Emily a priority?
I have one of my best friends is her and I get Thursdays off. That's like my one day. So while my husband's at work and my son's at school, I take Thursdays, and we usually will go just for a couple of hours out, have lunch together and talk, and she shares what she's going on in her life. I share what's going on in my life, and she's very good about letting me bounce things off of her and kind of figuring out what I need to do. Along with, I have a sister, my older sister. I also talk to her almost daily on the phone, and she kind of is like, well, do this, and that might be helpful or that might be unhelpful, that type of thing. So
So it's hearing through times of overwhelming stress. You do have people that are trying to help you stay afloat, so to speak.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So it also sounds like even though you do have a lot of priorities going on and a lot of obligations, it sounds like you have Thursday. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you've got all this stuff going on. But Thursday, you don't have class, you don't have PTO meetings. Okay.
Right.
Well, that's definitely a positive of the situation, is that you're able to know that, throughout how stressful the week may get, you do have that one day that you can, unload a bit and, maybe feel more calm and take some time for yourself.
Right.
Are there any activities that you engage in that, make you feel better or help the situation? Do you read or?
Excuse me.
You're fine.
I don't really read as much as I used to. I really used to like reading, but unfortunately, I get stuck reading a lot of textbooks. So, once reading comes around, you're kind of like done with reading. You're tired. I like going out and just kind of walking around stores with my best friend, and that's calming for me. I just like to walk around and just kind of talk. That's kind of like my leisure time. I do every 2 weeks go to meet up with my mom, and she does my nails for me, and so that's a nice relaxing time because we get to kind of just bond as mother-daughter while we come up with fun designs for my nails. So that's kind of, every few weeks, it's nice to be able to have that. So that's calming for me.
And that sounds great. And of course, I mean, you should be proud that through all of this and through feeling maybe overwhelmed or stressed, that you are upkeeping these connections with your community, your family, your friends, that you're staying rooted in, those that do make you feel better. And I'm sure you do the same for them. So it's nice that you do set aside those times through all of that.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you have, in these moments, do you feel like you have control over who you spend your time with, or do you feel sometimes like it's all out of your hands? Or what's your mentality when you get in these?
I think that I think that I get in my head, and then I have to step back and I have to remember what comes first and what. Like, okay, so for instance, I just this past Saturday organized a color run at my son's school. That was very stressful. It was like 3 months of trying to get people to, sign up for the color run. You had to have a minimum of 100 people. So that was very stressful. And then once Saturday came and went, it was like almost like a huge load done. Like, it's done. We raised some money. That was great. That everybody had a great time. And people were like, good job, Emily. That was awesome. And that made me feel really good. Like, all that hard work that I put into it, I accomplished.
Yeah, so you received that positive feedback from everybody else.
Exactly. So that helped me to know that even though I was stressed out, sometimes to the point where I just wanted to kind of throw it down and say, I'm done, you guys deal with it. I stuck it out because to me, it was very important to give back to my son's school because, they take care of my son during school hours. So, it was important to me.
And it sounds like to me, through 3 months of hard work and pushing it out and being able to see all that hard work come to fruition in all this positive feedback. And in your words, you said it is important to give back to your son's school. So throughout these obligations, perhaps, they're more positive obligations because it can be stressful, but it is it's very important to you is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
All right.
Very important.
Okay. What's your ideal solution or what do you see for yourself in like sometimes getting through these bubbles? What do you see yourself in an ideal situation? How would you feel like you'd have things in order?
I think that I'm really good about writing things down.
Okay.
When I feel really stressed and kind of just recategorizing everything, and knowing that no matter what, life is not going to end if I didn't get, something done. It's
Right.
okay.
Mhm.
Like I have to remind myself that it's okay. If I end up giving that stuff to the school and saying, you guys have to take care of the color run, I just can't do it. That world is not going to end. Like my life is not going to end. That I can continue on and just be like, I'm sorry, because you can only, like I said at the beginning, have so many hats and do so much, so much. So I just think that just remembering that and being able to take a step back. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's wonderful that you're able to step back and see the positives through the situation. That's certainly a wonderful aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that you were able to step back and see that because, like you said, so many people had fun at the color run. But if you were able to tell yourself that you didn't feel like you could continue on and do it, like you said, the world, wouldn't have ended.
Mm-hmm.
You may not have had, as much enjoyment, but even through your obligations, you do have to, even though they are obligations, you still do have to find a way to regain control and,
Mm-hmm.
say, I can do this, but I can't do this,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want to spread yourself too thin and become overwhelmed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I want these to be temporary periods
Okay.
of being overwhelmed for you.
Okay.
So as for a goal, you said you're great at writing things down.
Mm-hmm.
So do you plan out your weeks or your days, or do you take it sort of by what comes at the moment, or?
I write down my school assignments, but I probably should start writing down more of like things that I need to get done. Whether it's PTO or my son or anything like that. I should probably write those things down, not just schoolwork.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. So do you think it would benefit you in the long run, or even short term, if you were to create even a short to-do list of just a few words or phrases of things that you'd have to do that day or week? Do you feel like that might reduce your stress?
I think that would be a valid goal of mine to do.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds wonderful. If it's okay with you, would you like to start doing that for maybe a week or two, and then we can meet again and recap?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am. I'm good.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in today, and hopefully I'll see you again.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.